So Ahsoka Episode 7 aired just last week, and since its release, there's been a lot of discourse within the fan base about the episode. Some people love it, some people hate it, and some are stuck in the middle. I personally really enjoyed this episode and thought it added a lot to the story, a lot to the characters, and was just overall a lot of fun. There was a lot of action, a lot of, just good Star Wars-y moments. Now, another reason why I like this episode so much is something that I don't think a lot of people picked up on, if nobody picked up on, is that through all the hate for the episode and even the love for the episode, there is a lot of seeds being planted for the future of Star Wars. Now, I'm sure you've seen the title. What do I mean by this? I'm about to tell you really quick. I'm not going to waste your time. It's very simple, but a lot of people definitely looked past this. Obviously, we know the shows of Mandalorian, Boba Fett, Ahsoka are all going to lead into this Mandoverse culmination movie by Dave Filoni, and he has been planting the seeds throughout the shows, such as introducing the leaders of the New Republic, hinting Thrawn's return, etc., etc. Now, this episode did a lot to add to that in very small ways. The first way is the mention of Leia Organa. Yes, we got a mention in previous episodes, but this time we actually see fan favorite, beloved legendary character C-3PO come in and deliver a message directly from her. Now, I'm not going to get into how I would have rather preferred to see a deep-faked Carrie Fisher on her daughter's body or whatever. We can talk about that in another video, but the fact that C-3PO came in and gave direct orders from Leia and kind of dismissed this court case that they were having is planting the seed that she really does have a hand in this New Republic, as she did in the Thrawn trilogy novels. Now, if you don't know, Leia was senator in these three novels. She kind of ran the armies, called the shots, gave the orders, and the fact that we have C-3PO come into a courtroom and basically shut everybody down from her orders is a great sign of what's to come. Now, whether they just continue to do mentions of her or we actually see a Princess Leia in the flesh, this is very good for the future of Star Wars, and especially this Heir to the Empire Dave Filoni movie, because Leia, Han, and Luke need to be involved in this. And so far, we have two of the three appearing, or at least being mentioned in these live-action shows, that we can only assume are going to merge into the movie. So this is a small Easter egg that people, I think, just kind of got blinded by because of C-3PO and just the oddity and not expecting to see him, but this is a great sign that they are moving in the right direction for this Heir to the Empire movie and this time in between the original trilogy and the sequels. The second and final thing is more so speculation and theory, but I think it could be very true. So obviously we see this kind of separation between Baylan and Shin, where he sends her in to kill Ezra and Sabine, and he just sits there and kind of contemplates his thoughts, and he's obviously up to something else. I don't want to call this a betrayal of his apprentice, but he obviously has other intentions in mind. Now, this does a lot for the character of Shin, who I think, and here's the theory, that she is the Mara Jade of this in-between the trilogy time, Heir to the Empire series and movie. Now, why do I think this? I think this because she is obviously very clouded, she's very confused, she is more so overtaken by the dark side of the Force, but in the moment, now this is very important, if you remember the moment where Ahsoka, Sabine, and Ezra somewhat have her cornered, stopped in her tracks, and Ahsoka says, "Hand me your saber, come join me, I can help you." This basically shows and confirms that there is light still in Shin Hati, and Ahsoka senses it. Ahsoka is very powerful and profound in the Force that she can sense that coming off of her and wants to help her and change her. And who knows, maybe even bring her to this Luke temple that he is building in The Mandalorian, to have her maybe be a master or be some sort of an apprentice and finish her training through the light side of the Force. Ahsoka senses something in her, just as Luke did in the Heir to the Empire trilogy, where he eventually turned Mara Jade, who was evil, into a companion, a lover, and somebody who fought beside him in the light side of the Force for good. And I think this was the first stepping stone to seeing her becoming the live-action Mara Jade, kind of Disney-fied version of that character from the novels. And I think this strictly because Shin did hesitate for a minute and think about handing it over, but she trusted her gut or what she has been told to do and return to Thrawn. Because as much as she might have the light side inside of her, she wants a part of this new empire that Thrawn is building. So she's going to run back to him. Now, how will this be expanded upon? We can get into that in another video, but slowly Shin is going to come around to the light side of the Force. She's going to see the messed up things that Thrawn is doing. She's going to see probably some of her friends and allies dying, and he's going to see, and she's also going to see Thrawn and his army do very unjust things that she does not feel are necessary for what she wants to accomplish. So that's my 2 cents on why this episode did a lot for the future of Star Wars. Even if it was very minuscule, a lot of this could be theory if you choose to look at it that way, but I think these are big stepping stones that a lot of people looked over. I want to hear what you guys have to say, though. Let me know what you think in the comments. How is this show and other shows with these characters going to tie into the Heir to the Empire movie? Do you think Shin will be Mara Jade? Do you think she will eventually turn to the light side? Do you think we'll see Leia in the flesh? Any other theories or speculation you want to throw in the comments, please feel free to do so. Make sure you leave a like on the video while you're at it and subscribe if you can. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.